something as simple as a movie like Paranormal Activity. I watched that and I felt condescended or insulted because I've had more scary, more frightening, and more interesting and believable experiences happen that I can't explain. And I think that they're encouraged by my interest in things that maybe you shouldn't look into. I remember early on as a kid, I visited one of my great-grandparents' homes, which now in retrospect seemed like a picnic outside of a funeral home. They were mostly too old to be on this earth. One of them died. And I remember going upstairs and there being scary noises, and I could hear talking, and it was very scary. And then I thought maybe it was, like a car radio, or I thought it was, sounds from the street, but I realized really quickly there was no freeway nearby. It was never ghosts so much that I was afraid of, but I was afraid of the supernatural when it may be more related to evil. People's energy stays with things that they were attached to. So when it comes to a house, if someone was really attached to that and wasn't ready to die, I think that that house is going to be haunted. It is scary to me when you feel uncomfortable every time you go to sleep. You don't have to be attacked by something to know that a place is haunted.
Okay, so the first night I went there, his dad was like a contractor or something, lived in a very nice big house. So you walk in, there's the big living area, and he has like 30-foot ceilings, I want to say.
Okay. Very
Very high, maybe 20. Yeah. So, and then you walk in, there's a winding staircase that takes you up to the top deck. So there's a ledge right here, and here's the living room. And up here was kind of like a recreational zone,
Got it.
if you will. Overlooks the
You
living
go up
room.
the stairs, you have a recreational area that overlooks the entrance.
Yeah.
Got it.
So I'm up there, and I'm sleeping. It's like late at night.
In the
or
recreational
early in
area.
the morning. Yeah, because they just had a couch out there. It was my first time staying there.
Got it.
Now get this, as a precursor to everything, the whole family, the mom, the dad, and the two sons locked themselves in their room together every night.
What?
Yeah.
They have their own rooms, but they lock themselves in a room together.
Yeah.
Why?
Because
Did
I just assume because of how terrifying the house is.
Yeah.
So the first night I was sleeping on the couch, and so say if you dropped a bowling ball on a marble floor,
Right.
that sound that it would make, just a
boom.
huge like boom. I heard that on the underneath me. So the ceilings are 20 foot high. I want you to tell me how that happens. Randomly, it woke me up, and I was like, bro,
Okay.
bro. It was underneath me. I felt it.
But also,
Was
It
there a
was like
floor
so. It's like
underneath?
someone dropped a bowling ball on the floor, but onto the ceiling. I went home after that. I came back the weekend after. I was in school. I was like 14, and so we sit down, and then we hear like a noise, like a stomp, like a boom right behind us, and then we're like, okay, we know it's creepy, but let's figure it out. Like, let's see what's going on, but let's keep on playing. And then it gets closer. We go into the corner, hang out all night. The cat sounds like she's getting thrown against
Animals
the wall,
make
dying,
things scarier.
like dying, like going crazy.
Okay.
And we stayed up until the next morning, where our parents could come and pick us up. And then the next time we went there, I was determined.
Okay.
I was like, okay, let's get to the bottom of this shit.
Right.
So I downloaded a white noise machine. I'm a
Yeah, you were
kid. I
scared.
just was trying.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm
And
just
so-
trying to
so-
understand what that is.
So
I've
we
never
went
heard of
upstairs, and I got my white noise machine. I turned it on. We went upstairs. I started feeling like sick, like literally like the sickest I could ever be. Like
it. Just
I
out
felt,
of nowhere.
Yeah, out of nowhere. I felt like I had like the worst headache. I was cold. It felt like the flu.
You had cold shivers.
Yeah,
flu.
I felt like I had the flu.
Okay.
And I've never like felt that bad in my life. And we went and sat down in a room. And nothing happened. And whenever I went downstairs, I felt completely better. And I know I wish you guys were there. And I know it's hard to believe. So there's a big house. The house is huge. There's a winding driveway. Here's the gate. here's a pond, and all around it is woods. So all around it is woods. And he said they would see people walking along the edge of the
Weird.
woods.
That's creepy.
Like white, like
White-
bright people.
White walkers.
Like, I mean,
Some shit.
like that.
That's terrifying.
And the dogs, the neighbor's dogs, he had hella dogs. They would bark. They started barking crazy, like sounded like they were dying. And like 4 people on the edge of the woods just fucking sitting there,
Wow.
like for all night.
But they're like white.
All
They're like
night?
white. Yeah, but they were solid.
What?
Like they're
So
like
wait.
solid.
They never moved.
No, they'd stay
So,
there all night.
is it
All I
illusion?
know is that was the most terrifying place that I've ever been to, and ever
Oh my
since then I
God.
was a believer.
I grew up in a county just northwest of London. The county's called Buckinghamshire. And it's a very, very old historical part of England. The house that I lived in was very, very old. And I think because of the house being so old, I think it had some, a bit of unknown history to us. My dad and I were in watching TV again in my parents' bedroom. All of a sudden, we see this shadowy figure. It's about the size of a human. You can make out like human figure, but you can't make out detail. We shot up in bed and we looked down the hall. It started walking down the hall very quickly at like a brisk pace. Then it just stopped and disappeared. I was like, did you just see that? And he's like, yeah. We both saw the exact same thing at the exact same time, and I know he's just seen the same thing from the look on his face.
He set them free, which I heard was written in a haunted house. Is that true?
I lived in a haunted house in North London for a very long time.
This is really true.
I never believed in ghosts. I was very skeptical about it until I lived with them. Yeah.
So it was numerous ghosts?
Yeah, you would wake up in the morning and everything had been reorganized in the kitchen. Furniture was a different place, bottles were smashed, plates were smashed on the floor. And one night I woke up and I saw Trudy standing in a corner with our child. And I was wondering why she was staring at me. And then I reached over and there was Trudy. And then she went, "Who's that?" And we both saw this woman and a child in the corner of the room. Then we found out it used to be a pub called the Three Ducks in the 17th century. And I don't know what happened there, but it was a very, very weird atmosphere. And then when I sold the house, it kept being resold every few months.
Yeah, because who wants to be?
yeah,
They're
those-
there's something in there. Yeah.
I liked the ghosts. I enjoyed their company, but
Yeah.
I was very skeptical about it. But
Did you talk to the ghost and say?
no, I was too scared.
If I ever feel a ghostly presence, which I do sometimes. Oh,
Yeah.
That was real. I'm really here. I hope that you're really here. I just imagine all my guests are Sting. That's how I interview everybody. But I always say, "Hey, I'm cool," or "Hey, I'm good with you guys. You do whatever."
Just
haunt me."
smile. You just smile.
Right? Just smile at them. Go. Yeah, have fun. It's your place, right?
You can't have an old English house without a ghost.
You can. That's a rule. That is true. Yeah.
I was hoping maybe I could talk to you a little bit about magic. Is that okay?
I love magic.
Because like that, I've read from a number of different sources that that's one of the main themes of your new album. But we're not talking like David Copperfield magic here, are we?
No, I mean, I like that kind too.
Sure.
But I'm talking more the magic that we experience in life, whether it's love or a drunken evening,
Yep.
dancing till the sun rises, making out with a ghost. There are lots of different ways to experience the magic of life.
Well, now, making out with the ghost came up a bit earlier than perhaps I was expecting, but seeing as you've mentioned it, we're going to have to go there now, even though you've just spoken about it, I know. But it's the subject of one of the songs on the album, isn't it?
Yeah.
This presumably really did happen to you.
Yeah, it really did. I know it's hard to understand if you haven't experienced it firsthand, but
Yeah.
it's a real thing.
And what exactly happened?
I lived in a house, and there was an energy there that is very sexual, dark, mysterious, magnetic. And one night he just made a move.
Right.
And then I was living in this place for a couple months. And it was really bizarre and hot. But then I decided, I was like, I need to probably move out. In the day that I was moving out, I found a snake under my pillow.
Like a